See? Rock and roll, son.
Welcome to Backstage with the Simple Church Podcast. Co-host Josh Mitchell back.
Hey.
The Right Reverend.
And
Josh Mitchell.
Can we add the fact that he's late?
Sometimes we don't know how we're going to start. We knew the intro was what was going to happen.
Let's just go ahead and get this out of
Thanks
the way.
for tuning in. Evan Semenko here, lead pastor Justin Hagler.
So you got license last night.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now we're going to rip into you.
But let's go ahead and get it straight. The first thing you do is you decide to come in when you want to this morning.
I was here at
How late?
9:05 or 9:35.
And that's late. That's 5 minutes late. Or if you're like in the old school, that's 10 minutes late.
I think that's the first
Right?
staff meeting
But
I've
isn't
been
that
late
ironic? All right, you get your paper, and all of a sudden now you're going to come in when you want. Then we're going to delay on Facebook because what happens? I'm going to be there in a minute. What do you do?
to. I was doing work for the Lord.
No, well, I have a feeling you think, man, I don't know. And you looking for reserved parking
I'm
spots?
trying to, we'll get to that, but
Man, he gets a sheet of paper. He's trying to be
Goes
licensed.
right to his head.
He goes to his head.
We have a great podcast a couple weeks ago about what it means to be a pastor and serving others and
Yeah,
not making it
well-
about you. You should go back and listen to it.
Yeah, maybe you should tune
man,
in.
ain't nobody trying to hear all that.
Well, there you go,
It's a
y'all.
new era coming in.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
kick it
the
off from
problem.
last night, though, because it was a great deal. We're excited for you. We got to license and ordain Jonah as part of it. Let's talk about that some, Justin. Worship night. People missed out. They weren't
Oh
there.
yeah, Jonah was also late too. So let's not just all put it
And
on
Caleb,
just the
all
one
three of
river.
them.
Hold on. Yeah, but here's the other part, though. At least he texted and said, hey, I got
Oh yeah, I'm not
children.
gonna communicate.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's your problem.
That's what Courtney would say too.
Yeah. So, yeah, he said, hey, I got kids. I'm trying to do something anyway. Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, all three, and then, of course, Wendy. 3 full-time staffers, and then you had Wendy who
Let's talk about Wendy a minute.
does
Tell a
so
little bit
much
about that
volunteering.
story and go a little bit more of how she got involved with that. And
Yeah, we
why
ought to
decided
bring her
do it.
on sometime.
We should.
We
She's
should.
awesome.
She does all of the sign. She really works for the Deaf Action Center here in town. But a long time involved in church, long time doing ministry, but she had never been licensed, so she'd come in, I don't know, it's been a long time ago now, and said, hey, if it ever happens, is there a way that I could do it here? And we're like, of course. Well, it just took some time. One, to get to know her, and she's amazing, and then also get everything in line because we've not done one in a while. I think you were the last one, weren't you?
Davin and Taylor. We did at Silver Star, remember?
Yeah, I could remember
I
how
think
long
it's only
it's
the
been.
third. We did 3.
Yeah, so this is only the 3rd license and
fourth, yeah.
ordination. Yeah, so, you
First
know.
brother, huh?
Yeah.
Taylor was.
Taylor was, yeah. I mean, I think he's mixed, though, isn't he?
I don't know the correct term, but yes.
I mean, I wonder when he fills out, like, on his paperwork, I don't know.
Multiple ethnicity. He probably feeling now black.
We need to ask Taylor on that.
Write in if you have thoughts.
Hey, what about Caleb? He would be, right?
Asian. Yeah.
So we had a very diverse license and ordination last
Woman,
night.
Asian.
And then a very much a ginger.
And Black History and Black
Redhead.
History Month too. Look at
Black Simple Church, man.
Way to go, Simple Church.
In Black,
Come
we
on
making
up, baby.
history.
Come
of black,
on up, baby.
In Black history, Mama, we made it. That is so awesome. We were just honored to be a part. We've known you a long time, but it was proud. Everybody from Wendy.
Absolutely.
Because Wendy wasn't the first female. We have, well, no, wait a second.
Jessica. We did Jessica
Yeah.
and Christy, right?
Well, Christy, I don't know that we did Jessica. Did she? Maybe. I can't remember.
I think so.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not unusual. It's not unheard of.
For us. For other places, it
Yeah,
is.
yes, it is. That's a whole nother can of worms right
Absolutely.
there.
And it was a pretty cool moment. So we talk about going way back. For those that don't know, Robin, our care pastor, was my children's
she's
pastor
the
growing
do-good
up.
pastor. She's the
Do-good pastor.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Missions.
Can you get the
Missions.
titles right?
I'm new here. But we had a fun little moment after. It's like, who'd have thought all those years ago when I came strolling into your children's ministry, tearing stuff up,
Yep.
I'd be a pastor.
That's awesome.
Working with you. It
Well,
is
there
all.
you go.
Working
See,
alongside.
you never know, man. That's why I tell everybody. It's like, did you ever think you'd be a pastor?
No.
Me neither. So that's 2 of us. Evan, you probably always thought you were.
16, surrendered to ministry, so yeah, I kind of did.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
us.
no,
not
no,
us.
no.
Not
I wasn't
these
selling
kids.
bikinis. I wasn't going.
Yeah, right.
Moving to California.
He got tickled on
He
that.
did. He liked that.
So you had
Oh,
no
man.
idea you'd be a minister.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
You just started volunteering. And be careful when you volunteer. You never
Yeah,
know what's
It
going to happen.
really was that quick. I started volunteered for a year in high school, and then they were like, hey, you want to be the middle school pastor too? Oh, sure.
Well, you know, part of it is knowing somebody. We've known you
Yeah.
a long time.
That
It helps. Cause
How old were you when you came to First Bossier back in the day?
We were,
What grade?
I was
or
in
eighth?
second grade. I
Yeah,
think.
so that's a long time.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
33.
Oh, that's Jesus' age. That's when he died, cuz.
Make this year count.
We're going all in there.
Yeah, well, but hey,
going all in.
yeah, go in. Let's push the chips in. Let's roll.
We're going to see what Easter looks like for me this time.
This can't be good. I'm not sure this podcast should ever air.
Right on the edge of blasphemy. Let's pull out of that. If you're watching on
Evan, get us
Facebook,
out of there.
thanks for tuning in. If you're listening to the audio version, you can join us every Monday live. Drop your comments like Caitlin, who said, I'm glad. I was worried y'all weren't doing a podcast today.
Thank you, Caitlin.
She was prompt, ready to go.
The problem is we have guys that get licensed and think they can go on their own schedule.
This might be my last day. So
they come on in, just get there when they want to, get to podcast when they want to, park where they want to.
Podding when they want
the pod,
to.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. She said she loved worship night last night, was there. Tina watching from Ruston.
Come on.
Kathy Carter was there last night, said hello to everybody. And
Yes.
David Kruger said worship night was great.
Awesome. Well, we're thankful to be a part of it.
So join us. Drop some comments, questions, things you want to know on Facebook Live every Monday with us. And you can listen to audio, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts later.
Yes. So where are we going to go today? We've
going?
roasted him long
You feel
enough.
good? You got,
I feel
yeah,
good.
Okay, yeah.
I feel good.
Back in the day, you would have gotten written up.
Oh, you would have been written up. Hey,
Mine
this
still got written up.
All right, so let me tell you how kind of a license works back in the day, though, because this will be kind of fun for people. Because last night, we didn't want to make it weird. I mean, we've done them, but usually it was just a dinner, and then we kind of did it. So we wanted to put it in worship night just because everybody's there, and then more people can speak to. Where before there's not anybody can congratulate you or talk to you or whatever. But anyway, typically you have to come in and answer a bunch of questions. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. No, I'm just kidding.
You start seeing him
No,
sweat.
so it's funny you say that. I saw Wolf. Shout out to Wolf.
Yeah.
Wolf at
He
Best
told
Buy last week. He said, "Now I told Justin to get up there and ask you some questions." In front of him. I was like, "Oh
Your
goodness."
statement of beliefs, your theology.
Well, it's like you got to prove all that. And I'm like, man, if you're on your staff and you're working with them and you know who they are, it's a little weird.
What was yours like?
Well, this is why I bring it up. It's kind of funny. So Fred Lowry's going to, ordain and license me in one fell swoop. Typically, license is the first step, and then you kind of prove yourself. And there's no real, in the government size or the world size, a difference between license and ordination.
It's ceremonial.
It's ceremonial. So Fred just said, hey, we're licensed and ordaining you in the same service. And I'm like, okay. So you had to go to front of the deacons or whatever, and we went into the conference room. And I didn't really know. People had warned me and said, hey, this was going to be like. So anyway, so we sit down there, and he said, hey, this is Justin. Y'all all know him because I'd been there kind of like you for a long time. He said, here's how this is going to work. Ain't nobody going to ask him a question in here that I can't ask you one back. And so if you think you're going to trip him up, then let me trip you up. Does anybody got any questions? Everybody's like, I think I'm good.
Wow.
And then I was like, man, thanks. Because you're nervous. What he goes, really? We're gonna pray and thank you for what you've done. Same kind of deal, like I mean, and then we went out and did it. And then you go, he was risking for me, so thank you, Doc, for risking it for me. And guess it kind of worked out. I've been doing it a long time now. Very, very thankful. But I think the reason why is he grew up the same way is like it's a little weird. So like they try to intimidate you, or it's like this.
It's like hazing almost.
Yeah. And you go, come on, man, what's the point? And I'm sure it started out as just making sure that people understand, but if you know the person and you've worked with them, you served with them, like all of y'all, it's just a little bit different. And Wendy was a little bit nervous about it too, because she was like, I was like, no, they don't want to. You're good, Wendy. Your life has proven, that you are very clear on what's happening and what's going on. So, understanding how to serve God. So it's pretty awesome.
It is awesome, Josh. We're excited.
I was still waiting for that question on stage, though.
I wasn't
going
going to do that to you, man.
Had Caleb in Cantonese.
In your mind, in Ecclesiastes, what did you?
I was going to go to Song of Solomon. Let's see if we can go ahead and break that back up.
Let's just talk about it every week.
When he was talking about her thighs, or what did that mean to you? I'm just kidding. Don't say nothing. You're gonna get in trouble already.
Tune in next week on Justin After Dark.
That's gonna be my first Bible study.
Oh man!
All right,
So
where are you
funny.
going today, Evan? We've dug ourselves in the hole.
Let's get out of it. Lovers. We're enjoying the lover series. Not haters anymore. We're trying to be lovers.
Trying to be lovers.
And we got to start with the guy at the beginning, throwing the ring off the side of the building.
Crazy.
The proposal video. Crazy. I cannot believe she did not just
I gotta give him creativity cred, because
I've never seen that before.
if you're gonna ask somebody to marry and you act like you
Fall
lose
off
the
the
ring
building.
and you fall off into
It's memorable.
it's memorable. Yeah, I don't know where I even found that. I mean, like I find
either.
stuff and then I'm like, I've put it in there. But yeah, pretty crazy.
That
All
was
I
the first
saw
one at the
was
jump.
Dom flashing before my eyes. That'd be something he'd do.
All right, so here's what I want to do since you went there. Let me just pause. How did you ask your wife to marry you?
There we
and how
go.
did you ask your wife to marry you? You know mine, so let's go Josh first.
So we got engaged December 24th of 2018.
Christmas Eve.
No, 2019.
Okay.
We were over at her dad's house doing a bunch of Christmas Eve stuff with all of her family and all that, and we all left. And for some reason, we were in separate cars, so I was able to leave after them. And so as she left with, it was just Layla at the time, and I was sitting there. I went up to Chris and I said, "I'm gonna ask your daughter to marry me when we get home." He goes, "Oh, okay, sounds good." Because we've got a long-lasting relationship. I told her I was gonna marry her when I was 16, and the whole nine, and that's a story for another day.
She was
She'll
older
love
than
that. Yeah, she'll love me leaving that part out. But nope, went to the house, and I wrote out a letter and said that I was breaking my lease and to sign a permanent lease to live with her. Will you marry me? The whole
Oh,
spiel.
so you did a little creative.
Oh yeah.
But he double dipped on Christmas Eve. That's the Christmas present.
That's smart. When you ain't got no money, that's all you
Exactly.
That's it.
I was broken than a joke.
do. The only reason I had a ring is my grandmother left me. Me and my brother had diamond earrings. She left us, and so I made her her earring into a
Nice.
ring. So yeah, I get it.
Sentiment about
She
it.
had her grandmother's ring, so I didn't have to. fork
Oh,
over
see, he
anything for
didn't
that
even.
either.
Come on, man. What'd you do then? Break a lease?
Huh? Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Come on, man. I'm gonna have to work on you. All right, there you
She's
go. There's
playing
your-
a long game. She's waiting for the money on the back end. I don't know if it's gonna come
Boy,
in
yeah,
either.
not in ministry. Might well keep waiting.
Yeah, different job. Man, it would have been April 2009. She was a junior in college. I was a senior. And so we had grown up going to Stockwell Elementary, where I was an elementary school student, the park there. When we need to get away, I lived at home still. She didn't have a place to go, so
Right.
we'd go to that park and we'd go and talk and hang out and somewhere to go. Not our houses. And so she did not want anybody around. She made it clear when we were kind of new it was
Yeah.
getting serious that she didn't want a crowd. She didn't want to do it in front of everybody. So got a willow trees, like those little figurines, and asked her and wrote, "Will you marry me?" on the bottom, that she wanted to keep and do it. But then the next day, I'd set up a manicure for her and our friend Bobby Stevenson.
Yeah.
We did engagement photos.
Oh,
So
that's
we had
cool.
a photo shoot the next day after I proposed, and she got to tell her family and everybody.
And that willow tree died.
Nope, we got it. It's a figure. It's like a little figurine, like Precious
Oh.
Moment kind of thing. Not an actual tree. It's like a
that was
brand.
a gamble.
It's
It's a brand.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it was like a marriage one, and so we still have it in our house.
I thought y'all may have planted
she
it
collected
somewhere.
it.
Yeah.
No, just a little figurine.
Well, that's awesome.
There
See,
we
I didn't
go.
know those two stories. Now I
That's
know.
right.
Now everybody knows, but that's giving you a little insight.
A little marriage proposal. So
So you ever catch me outside of here, you can hear the whole story about how that
Off
whole
air.
thing came into fruition.
you'll fill in for Justin After Dark and do Josh After Dark one day, huh?
boy.
David
right.
I'm
Kruger
always
actually
dark.
asked, I can't find the Justin After Dark feed. How can we send that date? Where's that link?
It's not available just yet. I think we're working on it.
That's right. One of the middle schoolers, AJ Henson, said, "Hi, Josh.
What's
Watching."
up, AJ?
His dad's there. He said, "Watching with him." Look
Hey,
at that.
there
Father
you
son
go.
podcast.
I
Man,
love
thank
that.
y'all for watching. It's awesome.
That's awesome. So, in the more serious part of the Lover series, let's talk about washing feet for a minute.
Ooh.
It's gross.
All right, I'm gonna tell you a funny story.
Come on,
before we
yeah, that's
get
what we're
into it.
looking for.
Okay, so true story. So Greg and them were all there. Alan, Greg, Open Eyes was there, I think. So I'm pretty sure. We used to do these camps everywhere.
Yep.
Okay, and this one, it was First Bozier's camp, and we were at ETBU. Okay. And they decided to do a foot washing. Like, it's like worship. Like everybody's like, it's
Middle school ministry. You gonna start doing one of those, Josh?
No.
Oh, listen. Wow, you
AJ,
won't,
don't be
hey,
looking
just
for
wait.
that.
you won't after this. So we're all in there. This is no joke. Okay, it's serious. Like you can have your moments. Like where God's like, man, this is it, and it was set up or whatever. Well, they all had the water down front, and everybody would get it. If you feel led, you come down, and people are washing their feet or whatever. Well, you got high school students, middle school students. You got people don't take baths. I mean, it's just like. And I am not going to lie. The one thing they did not think about. Now, I did not get my feet washed that night. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Because when I saw what was going on, I said in my heart, Lord, you know I love you, and I don't need to get my foot. I don't need to get my foot in that water. I'm just going to be straight with you. Because what happened? We had the worst case of athlete's foot break out through the whole. They never changed the water. So you just get nasty.
He's about to throw up on air.
Nasty foot after nasty foot after nasty. And I'm telling you, you ain't never.
Logistics matter. That's why you think through
my
that.
God. I mean, you just ain't never seen anything like it. I'm just telling you. I'm like, this is, and it was burnt into my memory now of nasty.
Yeah, that
feet.
ain't never going away, and I'm sure that's.
And I didn't have time to tell that on Sunday morning because I'm thinking, a lot of people, if we ever had one, you'd be discouraged from a foot washing.
Because let's go positive foot
Yeah,
washing. We did Samaritan's Feet. Clean water every time. Much better experience.
Yes, and that's a pretty crazy event when we would do. We washed every child's foot in a school and gave them a new pair of socks and a new pair of shoes.
Multiple times, yeah.
Multiple times.
Different schools.
Thousands of shoes and socks. But
fresh
yes,
water every time.
Fresh water every time. we learned a very valuable lesson.
That's helpful. That will help.
Sweet babies, though, man. Like, how many you get your new pair of shoes and a new pair of socks, how sweet and fast you felt like you'd run and all that. We need to bring that back.
That was a great event.
I mean, and if it's not through them, we need to figure that out because that really is.
So,
and I don't know if they'll let us still do it. It sometimes got a little controversial just because school systems sometimes.
Yeah.
But to give Caddo was the one that was really.
I think
really,
we did all Caddo, right?
Yeah. Did we ever do a boat? No, we did a. I don't know.
I think it was all Caddo. I don't think Bossier we could figure it out.
Maybe not. I'd have to check on that.
So shout out Caddo Parish.
Yeah, but they really
Doing good.
all those schools were awesome.
Yeah.
I mean it really was. It'd be 500 kids in one school. We all get new shoes and new socks in one day. It's awesome.
It was great. Ton of volunteers
and
really
a lot
cool
of foot
event.
washing.
That's right. When Jesus
But
did it, he
it's
modeled
very
it.
it's very it is sweet. I mean it is kind, man. There's something about it. As long as you're not
Tumbling.
a middle schooler or in high school. Yeah, it's hard to let someone wash your feet.
extra humbling
right.
if it's middle or high school. Extra
Yeah.
humbling.
But like if I
Absolutely.
said, man, let me wash your feet, you're like, man, I don't know about all that.
You don't want to do
Right.
that.
Right. But that's
Kids let him.
Yeah, that's
right. And
that's,
Jesus, I mean, that's reading the scripture.
Well, and
yesterday,
that's
talking
why,
about
and then that's what he says, like, no, man, you ain't going. He goes, no, wash my whole body. Remember, that's a verse in there too.
Yep. Peter said, "Do it all."
Yeah, if you're going, wash me. I mean, it's just a. I don't know. When I think about all authority in heaven and earth, like if you won the election, if you got elected in the
most
position,
powerful person in the
you
world.
get the CEO of a company. The first thing you're going to go do. That's what makes it cool. Is Jesus like, no, I'm gonna wash your feet to make sure you know what this company is about. So, like you just became reverend, and what'd you decide to do? Sleep in late, come late to the podcast, and
Take
demand
advantage.
a parking spot.
Was late yesterday too.
Yeah, we pull in the card.
You came to me at like 4:45. I was like, "Hey, Josh coming?"
I was doing a speed down.
Yeah, even
49,
to
let
your
me not
ordinary,
incriminate
to your license, you're barely making. I'm like, where are
Showing
you
up.
coming?
Courtney said she looked on 360. She saw that little flame coming behind me.
Shows you're speeding.
Oh,
We
but
got
anyway,
confirmation in the Facebook chat. Alan Smith said I was there, and I remember the feet washing.
Yeah, Alan, that's what I'm saying. I know we were there, and we were just Alan. There's things that just get burned in your mind. The smell, the water color. I don't know why. Stuart. It may have been Stuart Hall. I don't know who was in charge of that. But I knew not to put my foot in that water.
That wasn't
You
gray
said,
water.
"I love you, Lord," but you know,
I am not
That
sticking my
wasn't gray
foot.
water. That was black water. That
Oh
was,
yeah, we
right.
kept just singing songs. I'd be Alan, play another chord,
Sorry,
man.
can't get down
we
there.
ain't getting down there. Don't leave, Big A. You stay on the stage. It's nasty down there. Abort, Big A. Give him another verse. Give him another chorus. We ain't going down.
Oh, Kathy Carter said she was there. This was one of the first events she participated in, going to Samaritan's Feet washing that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Johnson's Furniture. It's the Johnson's Furniture official account. So I'm not sure
man,
which of the
come on.
family is
Yeah,
in
who
there.
is
But
that? Is that Stillman? Right.
gotta be.
they said thank you for leading the community push.
Yeah, man, it's awesome.
So-
yeah, we're trying. We were meeting today. We're trying. There's more stuff coming.
It's
man.
exciting.
Always.
We working, man.
That's
we
right.
Working.
Pickler had big grand opening
Y'all, that was Saturday.
about that? Yeah.
It was incredible.
on pre-show. Yeah,
It was
You
very,
did
very thankful.
Life group there.
Pickleball Life Group. Maybe wants to come play pickleball.
When do you do March 20th?
March 20th. We're gonna do one Friday night a month, 6 to 8. It's $12 a person. We had a great
That's
time.
awesome.
Eric, the manager, was super great to us. We rented out the whole. They call it the social courts on those
Yeah.
other buildings, and we had a great time. People never picked up a paddle. To people serious.
Did you
about
just
it.
rotate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. We had different groups. We had Jennifer LaPierre teaching people how to play. That if they've never played, she took probably 15 of the 25.
Well, the restaurant will be open hopefully by March 20th.
That's
So
right.
then
They're
you could
shooting
eat,
for it.
get you a little snack,
Take a break.
go down to Saltgrass, get you a steak if you want something a little heavier.
Support the boardwalk.
It'll be the
We're
best,
for it.
Oh, yeah.
best weather you can get.
Oh,
It's
yes.
March.
Inside, baby. It's cool. It's warm. It don't matter. You don't get sun on you. You inside.
Perfect.
Yeah, they were all of the pickle people were in, and It was a big. All the city council came down, the mayor. It was a big deal, and we're very thankful because, it's a big investment. I mean, you're talking.
There's buzz about it, man. I'm hearing from people that I don't regularly talk to about Shreveport Bossier. People that have moved away and stuff since, and they're like, "Heard y'all got a pickleball court?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, it's."
Well, and I was leaving
today
today doing something. I had another meeting at Saltgrass. Anyway, I'm leaving back, and all these women are coming out to go eat lunch down at Saltgrass. And so the thing is we're close. We're close to releasing what's going to happen and the whole big plan. But we got some more work. Buddy Caskey's out there working right now. We're
Prepping for Easter.
Getting ready for Easter, pulling out all of the other side so we can either try to sod it or turf it. We're going to do one of the two. So that it can all be fresh and new and have a place for an Easter egg hunt, which is be fun.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little about Easter because we need you. If you're watching, you're listening, you're a podcast listener, jump in. This is your time.
Yeah, you got, what did we say today? They're going to start signing up. Is it up online?
It's open.
Yeah, go online and you can register.
22nd, we're going to do the big rally, Easter volunteer meeting. We're playing it this morning in staff meeting. Get your new volunteer shirt. We're getting some more flair.
Yeah.
We're working on the design today for the pin to pass out again from last year.
Creating a new tradition.
Never volunteered. This is the best time to jump in.
Yes, it is.
Hundreds and hundreds of volunteers. Hit them with the Easter a little bit. We got 2 days, Saturday, Sunday again.
3 on
April.
each day. Yep. Kids' activities on Saturday.
Adding some extra stuff.
Yeah, and we got food. We're going to cook. We got hot dogs, hamburgers. They're going to bring all the. So you're going to. It's going to be
Easter Bunny, all that
elevated.
stuff.
Bunny going to be there. It's going to be nice. And then
Bougie is the word that keeps coming up.
Is it bougie?
We're going to make it bougie out there. We're going to.
Well, I just want a little bit nicer.
That's right.
Make it bougie again.
And then I get in trouble because words don't always go right, but like quality.
Quality.
It's quality.
You want it to be high end. You want it to be
Well done.
well done.
Quality. HD.
Yeah, that's
Classy.
exactly right. We working on it. We've got a new LED screen going out there. You'll be able to watch the service outside, particularly on Sundays. Saturday will be a little difficult with all the kids out there, but Sunday you'll be able to.
were
There were people that watched it last year, yep.
Oh, were they?
With the kids running around, you could hear it pretty clearly.
Well, they're going to have new sound system installed out there. They're going to have a stage installed out there now. We're going to build a little stage right underneath.
It seems like we were just doing Easter the first time last year.
Yes.
I know.
A couple weeks ago. It is crazy.
Well, and that's what happens to me is like I'm a little tired today, and it's been a busy week because we went to boxing at David Wade last week.
Yep.
Every night
And went
was
and fed
something.
the people.
Yeah, fed the people.
guards.
I mean, it's just
You want to talk about boxing a little bit? I hadn't got the recap of that.
Yeah, David Wade, Michelle is an amazing warden and doing some crazy cool things over there. But we took my life group and we went and watched it's a battle between every prison in Louisiana, and it rotates from prison to prison. So Angola,
they host it.
and they host it. Angola versus David Wade, and I can't remember all of them. But they're serious, son.
Yeah, it's not just like they're just going out there with some old gloves that were donating and all that. Like
this was like, and they had hype music. We
pro
had
level stuff.
We had popcorn. I mean, they going at it. They had controversy. Angola threw a big fit and said that they cheated, and man, we thought we were going to have throwdown in there. And they all travel up. So then I'm asking the obvious questions. If you're a prisoner and you've been training to box, and then this is your big night, okay? They, like from Angola, they drive up that day, they do the fights, and they drive back that night. You don't get a hotel room. You're like, but they are super proud, and they discipline themselves to train and it's serious boxing. But it was awesome. I mean, all of my guys were like, this is pretty cool, but it's all about loving on that prison too, and those prisoners and all the
and
staff.
It's constructive for them that they have something to work towards, and they have to meet expectations to be able to be a part of it.
If you have any trouble, you get kicked out of the program. You can't be in the program. It's just something. And all of the people we had met before, like the guys in the wood shop and all that stuff, they're all there just so happy
Cheering
to
them
see
on.
us. Oh yeah, it's just it's cool.
Wish I could have gone.
Yeah, that's all right. It happened again. Yeah, but it was good. So we've been busy. To put
That's
it
a lot.
mildly. Then we had a birthday party. Carl had a 60th birthday party. I can't even remember. We've been just rolling, son.
It's a lot. Busy time of year. It's about to be March this week.
Hard to believe.
It's coming.
You're only what? Did we say 6 weeks from Easter, roughly?
Yeah, less.
Yeah,
You're
bit
in
less than 6 weeks.
The countdown. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So we'd love for you to be a part of it. Check out the show notes on you listening to the podcast. Check out the app. All the stuff coming up. That big thing will be the volunteer meeting March 22nd, Easter, April 4th and 5th, all weekend long.
Yes. And I guess, I don't know what they want to know or like what they want to hear about. It's always helpful if they have questions and we go.
The only question is, Caitlin's kid, can I eat my kid's ice cream if they go and get free ice cream?
Yeah, there's going to be free ice
We'll
cream.
allow it.
I think the food, I don't know what we're doing. Are we charging or is it free? I don't even remember.
I think it's charging us raising money for the Do Good Project,
yeah,
what we're doing again.
I can't remember how we're going to do it. But yeah, we'll do, basically we're going to pay off medical debt again. and we're going to try to do it at a bigger scale than we've done before. People who have medical debt they can't pay off in the state of Louisiana, in our parishes, I think it's kind of real. We'll raise the money and just see if we can't, pay off some debt. I think last year was it $5 million?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, we didn't raise $5 million. Y'all just go ahead and know that. It's matching funds, but
Right.
yes, it's $5 million worth of medical debt.
$50,000 raised.
Yes,
and
which
it's
is
10x.
Double
whatever
our
you-
goal, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
And so we eliminated $5 million worth of medical debt as a church.
yeah, and we only
Just for
had
their-
people ask if I know anything. There's one lady that's still
I was
just
just about to bring her up,
crazy
yeah.
cool. I don't know. Most people, I'm sure it's weird. You get a letter in the mail and says somebody paid your debt off. We do it just because you're not doing it for Simple Church credit. It's just kind of like you take that burden off people. But you wonder if it made a difference or not. One particular lady called me on a Sunday morning, very emotional. She heard that saw the letter that we paid off her debt. She came, and then she and her son got baptized and got to tell the story. And I mean, that's where you go like, how cool that they were impacted by that much. But I think we may even try to tell their story. So we got to get it on video. But it's a cool opportunity. And you can imagine if you go to the mailbox and all of a sudden you had that hanging over your head and it's gone. That's a pretty good feeling.
It's the number one source of debt in America. It's people who go their whole life carrying all this stuff and going through it, and it's just forgiven. It's grace. It's undeserved. And
Yeah, well, and it's not
about-
like you wanted to be in that
Right.
position. A lot of
You
times
got to stay
it's
alive.
Yeah,
That's
there's
important.
And I mean, in our country, that's a big deal, and especially in
I
our
mean, the
parishes.
guy that just died couldn't pay off his medical debt. Vanderbeek, wasn't that?
Oh, James Vanderbeek. Yeah,
yeah.
the actor had cancer.
Was
Did you see
having
that
trouble
going around?
paying
That
his.
is it.
He was a real famous actor and had to do GoFundMe and couldn't afford all the stuff.
He
and
was
died
the
of cancer.
guy on
Dawson's Creek.
Dawson's Creek.
Okay.
90s show. But
Yeah.
he died of pancreatic cancer.
Golly.
Completely decimated all the money he'd made.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, talking about peak actor of the 90s, and went on and made videos and tried to go. And
So crazy. So crazy.
wow.
Well, like we can make a difference. Got to look at the positive. And
That's right,
Go do
so-
some good and see if we can raise some money this year to pay off some more debt.
Absolutely.
be doing good again. So
Yep.
join us for Easter. Check all that stuff out. Excited coming up. You might not be thinking about it yet. We are. It's
Yeah,
coming.
and again, if you've
And we
never
need you.
if you've never volunteered before and been like, I don't know where to get in, where's my spot going to be? This is the time to do it. It's easy. You sign up. There's plenty of other people that are either doing it the first time or have done it before. They can show you the ropes, and it's fun, man. It's a good time.
It's fun. It's a great time.
It is a great time.
And it's a great way to meet people. Every year somebody signs up and is like, man, I had really fun. Then you recognize those people. You see them at church and you do good together.
And sometimes you volunteer, and then you end up as a pastor, and then you get licensed. And then,
It can happen. It can happen. Let's
Pretty
talk about
wild.
something else crazy, Justin.
All right.
The principal working at Walmart.
Me and Angie talked about it because, it's so hard to imagine going to get a second job and working all night, getting up the next morning
Yeah.
and doing your regular job, and you give all of the money away. I thought it was an unbelievable. It wasn't Steve Hartman. That was another NBC story, I think, but very powerful because I'm thinking, I made a joke in one of the services. Like I worked for the city, the chaplain doing the chaplain stuff. And I was like, everybody's like, oh, your video is so sweet and that was good. I'm like, yeah, but I don't give all the money away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to help people, but it ain't much, but it's like that guy is next level.
yeah, I couldn't imagine.
No, that's next level. I don't know of anybody
No.
that I personally know that would do that.
And didn't tell his manager at Walmart. Like, can you
Didn't tell
imagine
anybody what
yeah.
was going on. Yeah,
and he's working a full shift. It's not like he's working a couple of hours
Right.
making a little extra
All
money.
night.
All night long to get back up and go do it again. But it's powerful. It's a powerful illustration of irrational love for your people that really called his grandkids that really aren't his grandkids. They're just kids in school,
Loving on him.
It's crazy.
That's taxing work doing that at night too. I've stocked shelves before. That ain't
Easy.
No,
Yeah,
and he's
sitting
an
at a
old
desk.
cat.
Yeah,
He's an old dude doing it. But then Angie, the one that got her too, because she comes home. Angie always just like, okay, these videos, like, but how about the flower man?
Yeah. They were all you. It might be a record for most we've ever shown in a service.
Yeah,
this week.
and I did it because
but they were all hitting.
They were.
if you read the word, I think this is why I like a videos. I can't always do it, but I try to at least give you one or two. But when you read that, it's like then when you see it, it's like, oh. And in this generation, when they were writing it, they couldn't do it. Now that hopefully people were doing it in front of them in actuality, but you're trying to show them that it's possible and just to be kind and to be loving. Like that guy, she loses her husband, then he's delivering the flowers and he takes the time to encourage her and hug her and talk to her. And I'm like, golly, man, that's and
Love
that
and
came in
action.
my TikTok feed.
Social
then-
media for good.
Yeah, and then I dumped it because I was like, "That's lovers are gonna love." I mean, that is what the world needs more of. That's a fact.
And I think hearing those stories is important because it is, I know, especially down in middle school and high school and all the student ministry and stuff, it is hard sometimes to make that connection to real life because we read these stories, these parables, all these accounts out of the Bible, and people are like, man, that was over 2,000 years ago.
Right.
I mean, how does that apply to today? But then when you still see love in action, you still see that people are doing good out in the world. People are still trying to be sacrificial and help other people out. You know, that's encouraging to see that this is actually happening in real life, and it's not all doom and gloom like a lot of, the outlets try to feed you.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the hard part is can we live it? You know, this week's gonna be rough. I've already had it in the can. I did them back to back. I wrote this past Sundays and this Sundays almost simultaneously.
Teasing.
Well, and the reason I say it is like I got fired up at 11. That's what I told y'all to put online.
That's what we did. I was in 11.
Yeah, and I wasn't as harsh. You know, the Holy Spirit moves harder the later the day goes on.
The 1 week I wasn't at 11.
Yeah, well, but the reason I say that is and then like my brother coming in and talking about a family member saying it challenged her, you know, like, man, and I guess that's the thing is like when you get up and you speak, you want to make a difference. You want somebody to go, man, okay, I got it. I had another guy call me. You connected him to me. He was like, man, I've been in church a long time and dude, I got to start doing some stuff. And I think the reason why is because like when you grow up traditionally in church, you're valued on how many times you attend.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like why worship night's still a struggle for me. Like, I mean, I love it, but I guess because I led worship nights, and then I kind of go, that's not the end goal.
Right.
It's like that should be motivating you to go do that. And so many times people feel like that's the end goal.
Mm-hmm.
So like, oh, thank God we had worship night. Now I'm good. And I'm like, no, you should be good to go do it.
Mm-hmm. You should be inspired.
Like you should
Go
be
out.
like go out and do it. It's like Alan, and he's on there, and this is what I thought was cool. Alan sent a picture of they were in one casino. He's playing. You know, Alan plays out all the time, and there was a family that was in need, and some people gathered around that family and prayed for them right in the middle of that casino was going on. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
And you can't do that if you're always screaming at banning the casinos and protesting them outside with a bullhorn and picket signs.
And I'm going
my
like, there's a
gosh.
need. And Alan was just like, hey, guys, I mean, how cool is this that he was? And somebody took the picture and shared it with him, and then Alan shared it with us. And I just go back to it's like, that's the thing that's so weird is like people are hung up on. And again, I'm not saying Bible study and all that stuff's not important, but how much do you have to know to go and do it? Like, and
Not a
that's
lot.
the problem. No, it's like even if you could. And the problem is I know a lot, and I still struggle doing it too.
Yes.
So it's not like I'm going, oh, I do it all the time. I'm just going, but
And knowing more doesn't make it easier or make you more likely to do it.
no, and that's the problem.
Right.
And then that's where it hits me when you think about how many churches are in our community, but our communities aren't necessarily always better. So then you go, are we doing it? And I heard somebody say it, it may have been a podcast or I can't remember, but they went and did a study, and this was an interesting study. And I don't remember what podcast. It may have been Erwin McManus. I don't remember. But they went to where seminaries are located.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about this. It was Arnold McManus.
Yeah, and they studied, did the community have any more impact with all of the Christian knowledge in it?
Bible scholars.
And there was no difference. Poverty's still high.
Because in
crime's
theory,
still high.
you're bringing in Christians from all over the
And
country.
then in
that are
theory,
the
they would
most
take what they've educated and
dedicated,
go do it, but they don't.
change the community their schools are in.
That's why, as a young minister, it's not to me like about what you know. You have to know some things, but it really is about how you live your life and what you do. And then, so like, if it's that important and you look at what Jesus did, he modeled that. Like he went where other people didn't go, doing what other people wouldn't do, and helping people that no one would help. But yet we're not really any good at that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
As
everybody
Christians
just
overall, yeah.
you gather up with the people you know and that you like, and the church you like, with the music you like, and then complain about what the world's going, what it's
'Cause
doing.
it's
And I'm like,
comfortable.
Yep.
Yeah, and you
We'll stick
go
with
like,
what's
People think
and
like
I
you.
know this to be true, and I would be curious if people online would say this, or you would feel this way. The most growth in my life has been when I'm the most uncomfortable.
1,000%.
So, like, if
Easily.
it pushes you, it's not when you're comfortable do you grow. You actually just take your foot off the accelerator. I'm comfortable. I don't need anything. But then if you get asked to do something, like be a minister, and you didn't think you were going to be one.
Or there's a group going to Honduras this week, and Robin was just saying before I
Yeah.
left that there's somebody that's worried about stuff going on in Mexico, and she's like, "Okay, that's a different country," but it is
Right.
the fear, the anxiety of not
Oh,
knowing
yeah.
and the
yeah,
unknown.
you've never
and-
been, and you
right,
go, I'm not
stretching it.
comfortable doing that.
It's rational, but we're supposed to be
That
irrational.
person shouldn't feel bad because I thought the same thing. I'm not going, but I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Honduras is not in Mexico.
well, and that's
Business major. It's fine.
right. But I go back to is I think overall why this series and the other one, like Haters and Lovers, is like we're just more American than we are Christian. And so we've created a culture that I don't think was intentionally bad, because it's like I'm proud to be an American and Lee Greenwood can sing it, son. I'm with him. But then the problem is you, as an American, we're so blessed and we have so many things that we should be grateful for, but if we have a tendency to look outward and not necessarily focus on being a Christian, we focus on as an American what we deserve or what our rights are. Or, and then when you look at Jesus, it's like where the rub is, and it's not a comfortable rub, is like, no, it's death to self. It's not about your rights.
Let's sprinkle in some scripture. Philippians 2:4 from yesterday. Abandon every display of selfishness. Possess a greater concern for what matters to others instead of your own interests.
And that's
That's
tough.
convicting. That's really.
And very clear.
yeah.
And that's why I was joking
don't need
at
a
one of
seminary
the hours.
degree.
No, you
Yeah.
don't need any seminary to figure that out. You just go like, man, how selfish.
I just don't want to do it.
No,
I mean,
I
at the end of
don't.
the day, yeah.
I'm going to drive what I want to drive. I'm going to go where I want to go.
Or I'll
and,
give some money so I don't have to go and do it.
And
Somebody else
truthfully,
can
we
do it.
don't even do that very well,
Right.
honestly.
I want to get
mean,
myself to comfortable first before I go and help this person.
And then what's funny, and I'm not picking, but I'm being honest, is if you look at the American dream, what is the American dream? And
White
that
picket
is,
fence.
yeah, you own a house, you own
rags
a
to
car.
riches.
Yeah,
Be your own boss.
You have you like, I'm self-employed. I want for nothing, okay. And then if you look at the Christian dream,
It's working at Walmart all night to go and pay for stuff.
yeah,
for other
it
kids.
is that you give it everything you can to help others. You put others first in every scenario. And how opposite can it be? But yet
It's irrational.
That's the struggle. And that's why I go, it's not like I go, oh, I've attained it. I know. No, I think that's the problem. It's like that's why it's so difficult is you have so many things around you that are messed up. And then we focus on that. And we don't become a part of the solution. We just gripe about it. We post about it.
And you,
You
feel
know,
like you're doing something. They call it
Yeah, and that's why.
slacktivism.
Yeah, and then I said it yesterday, and I mean it in this regard. And this is so tough to say, but I don't think I said it. I said some of it publicly and then some of it privately. Politics and pressure never really work. So in other words, what I mean is like if you try to pressure somebody to do something, 9 times out of 10 they rebel against the pressure. It's like, you ain't gonna force me to do that. Don't push me to, okay. And then politics is like this idea that, well, if I can do this and we get our way, then everything's gonna be better. And the truth is, the pendulum has swung both ways over all the years and spans of time, and nobody's ever been happy. We've all still griped or complained.
And beyond America, it's Jesus. You
Right.
hit on it at the 11 o'clock for sure. I heard it when you
Yeah.
talk about the Roman Empire. They wanted him to come in and overthrow the
Right.
Roman
And
Empire.
and he was like, no, and this
I'm
is
going to wash your feet.
and this is and this is where I'm going to it. Pressure in politics never worked, but what he said would work is love.
And it did. And it
And
changed
it
the
did.
world.
And you're sitting here 2,000 years later on a podcast
Like,
talking
we know
about what
better.
Jesus did, but yet we're still going back to the things that we know he said didn't work. And somehow that tension, it doesn't go away. And depending on age, like when I was in my 20s, I didn't worry about politics at all. But now I see, because of the way social media is and the way our country is in all regards, generations younger are now more concerned.
Well, they're exposed to it more, and they're constantly
That's
trying
what
to
I
get them
mean.
into it more, yeah, and trying to go and make it the be-all, end-all.
Right. And so then you have, because and as we always say, you follow the money. It goes back to
Right.
a lot of money, and it affects our pocketbook. So I vote. I'm very strong, and thank God for America, and thank God we have the right to vote, and vote my conscience and what I believe God asked me to do. And then that's all I can do. Then it goes back to I'm responsible for what Christ is asking me to do when I see someone in need, or like the flower guy. Will I be selfish enough to ignore that and just deliver the flowers, say, do my job, get my money by, or pray with the woman and hug her and
it's
go.
complicated, and it takes more time, and, it's
yeah,
messier,
right.
and we don't.
And I just go back to it's very difficult, and that's why Christianity is what Christianity is. It is, we've kind of sold it, and in some ways it's probably just religion and culture the way we are. It's like, and I try to say this in the message, or like, you pray the prayer for Christ to come into your life.
Right.
So at the end of the message, I'll say, you can ask him to come in your life or whatever. And the goal is, if you genuinely mean that and you really want that, the good news is you got eternity. Because the bad news is everything in your life is going to radically change because it ain't about you. And if it doesn't, are you really following? That's why I say it's a one-time prayer, but it's an everyday decision. It's a second by second, moment by moment. And that's what's hard, is none of us are great at it, but you want to try to be better at it. And then when I look at people, and I'll use a Christian music illustration of Rich Mullins. He's a American guy that made it in Christian music and took the vow of poverty and gave all of his money away. It's kind of like the Walmart guy. And the industry said he's crazy. He said, I'll take the working man's wage. And he wrote the song, Our God is an Awesome God. Big hit back in the 80s and 90s, whatever it was.
Classic.
And it's people still know it to this day. But he was like, I'm not going to take anything other than $25,000 a year. And I'm going to give every penny that I make above that away. I ain't there. I go, and not to compare, but what I loved about Rich and what he was doing, it was just like, no, I'm going to force myself to really do what he asked me to do, which he did it for Native Americans, any Indians. He kind of had the heart for that. And so he put his money into those cultures and tried to help, and in his mission and stuff. And Amy Grant, I saw her on an interview. There's some documentaries out there. I'm sure you can find it. But she was like, it was crazy.
I think
it was irrational.
I pulled it up. The quote she said that I think it was in the Jesus music that we
Maybe.
watched of, but it's the uneasy conscience of Christian music was Rich Mullins.
Yeah.
That convicted and threw it kind of back at him of like, what are we really doing here?
Yeah, and I go back, it's just all of because in the American dream, if you're in Christian music, and me and Alan would have said that, and of course, when I was like, we're going to make it. We went to Nashville to make it. We said it a couple of weeks ago, and then we were going to write our songs and make our money and become famous or whatever that looks like. And then, and he's like, that ain't really the goal. Like, that's not the goal. The goal is you have your life, and one day you're accountable for what you did and how you spent it. And that's every part of your life, from the time to the resources. And most of the time, if we're all honest, we're pretty selfish. We buy what we want. We eat what we want. We hang with who we want. We try to be as comfortable as possible, from our underwear all the way to the bed we sleep in, to the car we drive into, the recliner we sit in. And then your kids, when they show those same selfish things, you get mad at them. Like, why are you so this way? You need to be like, hey, man, I'm just looking at you, Pop. Like, what are you talking about? You have more, and like me, I got more shoes in my closet than I could ever wear. Do I need a new pair of shoes? I'm like, no, but man, I'll go buy it. Then I go back and go. That's why when you put shoes on the feet of a child in need, there's something in that. And it's not like you go, oh, I've earned my way. That's where all the, Bible thumpers, oh, you think you can earn your way in heaven? No, but I do think that when you can become like Christ and you act like him and you force yourself to get in positions that make you uncomfortable, it changes you. Whether that's Africa when I went the first time, or Honduras and Juarez, you can't be the same. I mean, there's something, whether it's looking at someone's skin color and you go, oh, I was prejudiced or whatever. Then you get over there, man, they're just like me, just because they got a different skin color. But yet our culture, or the way you grew up, or the neighborhood, or what you're comfortable with, dictate the way you treat people or the way that you do things. It's like, man, is that Jesus, or is that America, or is that the world that I'm living in? And the reason I say it is, like, I love our country. I mean, I even tried to rearrange. I'm trying to say we're not going to fly to here on 4th of July because we're supposed to fly to go to Africa for. I'm like, I don't want to not be here on our 250th birthday, selfishly, just because I love our country and I want to celebrate that and be here and be with family, friends, and do the things that Americans do to celebrate that and remember. But do I love that more than I love Jesus?
It's a tough question.
So when you're taking communion last night, or you're in the middle of a baptism ritual, do you understand the power and the significance of what you're doing? You're remembering, you're reflecting, you're thinking, or is it not even a priority? Let's just be honest. Like we told everybody, hey, we're taking communion tonight. How many people rush to be there to take communion? It's I.
Yeah.
It's part of our, although that's something, it's not saying you're better than or not. It's just kind of, that's not that important to me. I'll catch it when I can. And that's celebrating what Christ has done for you, remembering what he has done for you, reflecting on, and I'll catch it. And that's why some denominations do it every Sunday, because they're going, hey, and I still believe on that note, I think Jesus was referring to every time you sat down to eat. I don't think it was necessarily just a one-time occurrence, because they had wine and bread at every meal. So he said, as often as you eat this, remember, reflect on it. So it's kind of like, what I like is it's like every day or multiple times a day, lunch and dinner and breakfast or whatever. Now, if you drinking wine at breakfast, that's what I'm talking about. Go ahead and get you some. You heard me.
Different breed.
I'm just kidding.
Do it with your orange juice.
But
Like your Diet Miller Lite you had last
yeah, well, they were like, well, I went to water, so I wasn't confused.
No
I'm drinking out of the silver bullet. Is he drinking a silver bullet?
We're winding down, but we got folks watching. Somebody who meant a lot to the three of us for sure. Bobby, Cassie Rogers said she still wears her Be Like Bobby shirt because he got it. Love on people all the time.
Yeah.
And he was somebody that was countercultural.
Yeah, and let's talk about Bobby for a minute, because I thought about him the other day. Actually, Todd brought a painting, because Bobby would hand make everybody's Christmas gifts, whatever, because it wasn't about the money. It was about a memory.
He spent months making dozens of these.
Yes. And I know Bobby a long time, like way before he was ever in the church. Like, so if I go all the way back, it's just an individual that really got it. Like once he got serious about his walk, because we were in the bar together. So like if you go back, before Bobby was ever in church, we worked together in the club. Okay, he was
$1 million sandpiper.
he was managing Exit, which they played bigger places than me and Alan and all them did, but the Exit was bigger than us, and Bobby managed them. But the reason I connected with him, he didn't drink and I didn't drink. So even though we were in the club, I was going for music. Bobby was going for making money. He was managing the band. But he was an artist too, so he was making videos and pictures. He was a good photographer, so that most of those open eyes pictures were taken by Bobby, almost every one of them. So when I put one up there, Bobby took 99% of them, maybe 100%. But Bobby was very good at this. But what is ironic is a lot of people thought Bobby was very weird and strange. And unless you knew, it was irrational. It just didn't make sense. It wasn't quite the same way. And in many ways too, like money was never, like he lived in his mom's house. He lived with his parents, and everybody's like, that's weird. But I remember he'd be like, I don't really care. Now, I remember he'd get his truck, and it was a big deal. He got a new car, because we'd joke about whatever car he was going to get or whatever. But what he really cared about, was genuinely loving people. And the problem with ministers, and we're joking about it, and this is why me and Bobby would talk about this, and he never thought that he would be that. Like, we never thought we would be in this position. We're kind of going back to you, like becoming, getting licensed, Josh. It's like, don't ever let the ministry or religion keep you from being who Jesus wants us to be. And the problem is that if people are setting up, and the system is setting up to say, hey, here's your parking spot. Hey, here is, what boat do you want this year? Or what card? And this is controversial. So I already know that in our community, pastors receive this. So when you go listen to this podcast and they get on here and go, well, they're honoring me. And I get it. So I'm not hating that they want to love you and honor you that way. I just go back to, we create a subculture or a culture that I'm not so sure that is what Jesus was hoping for. And not that I figured it out or that I think I know or whatever, but then you pull a guy like Bobby in, and most of his life it was underpaid, underappreciated. It took me a while to get him even hired. Like, they weren't going to hire him. We weren't going, I mean, no, we just can't do that, whatever it is. And then, I'm like, man, he's valuable. It's this, that, and the other, whatever. It's like, I can remember all of these meetings. I can remember all of those things. And then they were like, well, he's good at art, but he's not this. And they didn't know he was taking a guy out to lunch to go, what's your story and what's happening, or going to live in the homeless.
Two teenagers who became ministers.
Right. Exactly. And that's where I go
One
back.
very lost teenager.
Yeah. And I go back to it's you have to thank God we had Bobby in our life that we could see that and know that. And in the same way, Bobby would say, don't be talking about me. Why ain't you doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm glad you're
Be
reflecting.
like Bobby.
Yeah, I'm glad you're reflecting on that, but like, let's keep pushing for that. And that's the thing. Like, I remember I pulled up the picture the first time we're in Juarez and all that, and I'm like, hey, Bobby, we're going to go. And he's like, he's going to do whatever. Okay, let's go. We're going to help with this. Okay, let's go. Well, how many times do you see the top of the top, whatever position, that's why I say when you become a reverend, are they doing what the bottom of the bottom is doing?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happens is, like, we think we outgrow it. We think
He becomes greater, I become less.
and then you go, yeah, you're a servant. The bottom line is whatever that position is and that title is it doesn't make, so go serve. Quick, get rid of your parking spot, man. Like, let's go on the trip. Let's go do it. Let's
Wash
go
the
be
feet.
involved. Yeah, like, go wash the feet.
Use
Go
clean water. Wash the feet.
Yeah,
Use
you want to
fresh water.
change the water. It may, in hindsight, it may have been Bobby that didn't do the clean water, so he wasn't perfect
there
either.
we go.
Bobby,
He wasn't Jesus.
when I get to heaven, we'll figure that out, because Bobby was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. They need to, go with it." And I'm like, I don't know about that one, Bobby, but it is important. And then here's the thing, and I know we're almost out of time, but whatever. Let's get this one thing. Is it on your mind every day, or is it just when you're doing a series like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have a series, because then and this is why I say this, somebody will come back and go, we need to go deeper. Hang on for this Sunday.
Get ready for it.
Yeah, because I've been waiting for this one. This is a good one. It's like, well, we need to, you got to understand that blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you go into that New Testament, it's going to mess you up, man, because you really are not knowing what you're saying. And some of the craziest things that could ever have been done, it wasn't because they were sitting in a Bible study. It was because they saw the need of the person, and they said, let's sell our houses and make sure that we get that done. They were doers. And that, to me, is convicting and challenging, and go, okay. So when people say, why am I doing whatever I'm doing for city? It's like, I got to try, because I can't.
It's irrational.
I can't forgive myself. I know, so I have to go on the chaplain call. I have to work for this to try to make that better. I got to try to get this done. And I'm really, wishing Bobby was here, because there's some things that I think we could have, but I trust God that his plan was bigger. But I'm going, you had partners that you could do that with too. Like, hey, what about this? Or let's try this, or let's do this. And how Bobby got in church was because I needed another doer. We had to do a backdrop. I'm like, hey, bro, I need you to come do it. And he had never been in church. He grew up in a little church, but he was not actively involved in a church. And I look back and go, that's why you're going back to volunteer if we're tied it all together. Is like, you're sitting on the sidelines and you never get involved. You never know what's going to happen. If you never agreed to volunteer, you're not becoming a minister. You're not seeing what's going on. If Bobby doesn't agree, then y'all aren't here.
Right.
You may not be where you are.
Back to him, I took that initial step to volunteer because it was after he had passed.
Yeah.
One of the sermons you were teaching about volunteering and getting out, and you never know what will happen when you volunteer and seeing it. And
it stopped me today. Somebody said their family member watching it was like, what do I really do for somebody else?
Yeah.
Like, I'm fully, completely about myself and my family, and there's times for that. It's tough. It's a balance. But what are you doing for somebody else?
Well, then what's funny is that Jesus says it's not a balance. That's what's really messed up about it.
Right.
And I think the reason he would say it, and this is why I would say that, like, I didn't preach on this last week, and it's not in this week, so you get a pass. But he said, but if you don't leave your father and mother and you don't forsake all of your, and then you don't get it. And you go, well, yeah, but hold on. Wait a second. What are you talking? And I don't fully understand all that other than to say, he is challenging you and saying what your family needs is you to be closer to me, and you think you're using them as an excuse. And I see through your excuse. And I call you because you're going, yeah, but it's because I'm doing no. Truthfully, it's still kind of selfish. And so you kind of go, well, yeah, but I got it. He was like, no, what they need is a dad or a mom to recklessly and irrationally love me and follow me. And if they do that, then they'll get everything they need plus, because I got you. Where we go, no, I got to do all that. And he's like, you ain't got it in you, cuz. You really don't. Like, I can help you. And then I look back, and how many times did, not because I was a good parent, but because of God's grace, my kids learn that or see that. Modeled it. You know, and you go, well, thank God that even in my weakness, he revealed himself and they saw that, or whatever, you know, become like him. But it's definitely, Christianity is tough.
Yeah, it is.
And we kind of make it easy. I mean, we make it sound easy, but it ain't easy at all. Simple ain't easy.
That's true. I think that's a good note to end on.
There you go.
Convicting.
Well, I'm
there
working
you
on
go.
it.
Less crazy at the end than it was at the beginning. We're glad, Rev, you made it.
Always bring it back.
That's right. Thanks, Justin, for doing it. Thanks for listening, watching on Facebook, wherever you're at. Subscribe. Get it each week with the Backstage with the Simple Church podcast. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Peace.